What if loneliness was your greatest strength? Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, believed that solitude and uncertainty weren't enemies, they were tools for mastery. In this video, we'll uncover Musashi's powerful teachings on embracing solitude, finding clarity, and thriving in the face of life's challenges. These lessons will help you turn loneliness into growth, fear into focus, and uncertainty into purpose. Stay tuned to transform your perspective and your life. 1. Let go of winning and focus on growth. Musashi teaches us to let go of the obsession with winning and instead focus on personal growth. Imagine a young man starting his fitness journey. When he enters the gym for the first time, he sees people lifting twice his weight, running faster and looking more confident. He feels small and questions if he'll ever measure up. This discouragement almost makes him quit, but then he shifts his focus. Instead of competing with others, he competes with himself. He starts tracking his own progress. 1 week he lifts 20 pounds. A month later, it's 30 pounds. He notices his form improving, his stamina increasing, and his energy rising. By focusing on his small victories, he develops a routine. After months of consistent effort, he has a body he's proud of, and more importantly, confidence and discipline that transform other parts of his life, like work and relationships. Musashi's advice is simple. Don't waste energy comparing yourself to others. Instead, work on becoming a little better than you were yesterday. Success lies in progress, not in beating someone else. 2. Be flexible, like water. Be like water, Musashi advises. Rigidity makes you brittle, but flexibility allows you to adapt and thrive. Consider a woman who dreams of becoming a professional artist. She spends years creating traditional oil paintings, hoping to sell her work in galleries. But her paintings don't sell, and she feels like a failure. One day she decides to try something new, digital art. Although it's completely different from what she's used to, she finds joy in the process. With time, she builds a unique style and gains a following online. Her digital prints become popular, and she starts earning more than she ever imagined. By letting go of her rigid attachment to traditional methods, she finds a new way to succeed. Musashi's lesson is clear. Don't resist change. Growth often means leaving old habits behind and exploring new approaches. Being flexible isn't weakness, it's strength in disguise. 3. Take silent moments to reflect. Musashi believed that silence is where clarity emerges. In today's world, silence feels rare. Imagine a corporate employee whose day is filled with meetings, emails, and constant notifications. They feel stuck, unsure if they even like their job. But they can't find the time to reflect on their life. Inspired by Musashi, they start dedicating 15 minutes each evening to sitting in silence. No phone, no distractions, just their thoughts. They ask themselves questions like, what makes me excited? Am I living for myself or someone else's expectations? Over weeks, they start noticing patterns. They realize their true passion lies in teaching others, not climbing the corporate ladder. Slowly, they plan their exit, transitioning to a fulfilling career as a trainer. Silence isn't wasted time. It's the foundation of self-discovery. Musashi teaches us that if we don't stop to listen to ourselves, we'll never truly know what we want. 4. See your rivals as teachers. Love your enemies, Musashi said. He didn't mean befriending them, but learning from them. Think of a basketball player who's overshadowed by a teammate. They feel jealous, frustrated, and even tempted to give up. Instead of resenting their teammate, they start observing their strengths. How does this player move on the court? What techniques do they use to score or defend? Inspired, they practice these techniques on their own. Over time, they become a stronger, more versatile player, eventually surpassing their teammate. Musashi's wisdom transforms envy into opportunity. Rivals aren't obstacles, they're guides showing us what we can improve. Learn from those who challenge you, and they'll become your greatest teachers. 5. Master 1. Skill daily. Musashi believed in the power of daily practice. Imagine a college student who dreads public speaking. They avoid presentations, and their anxiety grows every time they're asked to speak. One day, they commit to practicing for just 10 minutes daily. They stand in front of a mirror, record themselves, and rehearse small sections of their speeches. At first, it feels awkward and frustrating, but slowly, their voice becomes clearer and their body language more confident. By the end of the semester, they deliver a presentation so compelling that their professor praises them in front of the class. Musashi teaches us that mastery isn't achieved overnight. It's built step by step. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to extraordinary results over time. 6. Embrace your shadows. Musashi saw struggles and failures as opportunities to grow. Imagine a man recovering from a failed relationship. At first, he feels broken and unworthy, blaming himself for what went wrong. Instead of avoiding his pain, he decides to face it. He writes down what he learned, like the importance of communication and setting boundaries. He starts working on himself, reading books, exercising, and learning new skills. A year later, he's healthier, more confident, and ready to build a better relationship. Musashi's wisdom: pain is not your enemy. It's your teacher. Use it to strengthen yourself and move forward. 7. Respect the past, but don't dwell. Musashi teaches us to respect the past while focusing on the present and future. It's about honoring where we've been without letting it hold us back. Picture a retired athlete who once played at the top of their game. They spent years under the spotlight, celebrated by fans, and driven by the thrill of competition. But after retiring, they feel lost. They constantly reminisce about their glory days and compare their current life to their peak, which leaves them feeling disconnected and unfulfilled. One day, this athlete decides to channel their experience into coaching. They begin mentoring young players, sharing lessons about teamwork, discipline, and resilience. Watching their students grow reignites their passion, and they realize they've found a new way to leave a legacy. By respecting their achievements and using them to empower others, they've transformed their nostalgia into purpose. Musashi's wisdom here is simple. Don't live in the shadow of your past. Use it as a stepping stone to build something meaningful in the present. 8. Strengthen yourself, not just your tools. Musashi believed tools are only as effective as the person using them. Imagine a photographer who dreams of owning the latest high-end camera. They spend hours researching gear and saving money, convinced that a better camera will improve their work. But before they can afford it, they decide to challenge themselves with what they have: a smartphone. At first, it feels limiting, but through practice, they learn to frame shots creatively, experiment with natural lighting, and explore editing techniques. Over time, their skill becomes so strong that they produce stunning photos, even with basic equipment. When they finally purchase a high-end camera, their mastery allows them to create exceptional work right away. Musashi's philosophy reminds us that true skill comes from within. Tools can enhance what you already know, but they can't replace effort and practice. Build your abilities first, and the tools will amplify your excellence. 9. Let actions speak louder than words. Musashi emphasized the importance of demonstrating your worth through action rather than empty words. For example, think of a software developer who constantly brags about their coding skills. They talk about their ideas, but never follow through. In contrast, another developer quietly builds an app that solves a real-world problem. Their product speaks for itself, earning praise and attracting opportunities without them needing to promote it verbally. This principle can apply to all areas of life. Imagine someone who wants to prove their reliability. Instead of promising they'll always be there, they show up consistently, whether it's helping a friend move, completing tasks at work, or keeping commitments. Musashi's advice is timeless. Let your actions build your reputation. Words can be forgotten, but deeds leave a lasting impact. 10. Create and protect your space. Personal space is essential for focus and creativity, according to Musashi. Imagine a novelist who dreams of writing a book but struggles with constant interruptions at home. Their family, noise, and clutter make it impossible to concentrate. Recognizing the problem, they set up a small corner in their house, free from distractions. They add a comfortable chair, a desk, and a lamp. They make it clear to their family that this space is off-limits during certain hours. Over time, this dedicated environment allows them to focus, and they finally complete their novel. Musashi teaches us that protecting your space, both physical and mental, is crucial for achieving your goals. By carving out a sanctuary, you create room for growth and productivity. 11. Make meals a ritual. Musashi believed even simple acts like eating could become moments of mindfulness and gratitude. Imagine a chef who spends their day cooking for others but rushes through their own meals, treating food as fuel rather than an experience. One day they decide to slow down. They set the table carefully, plate their food beautifully, and take 20 minutes to eat without distractions. They savor each bite, reflecting on the journey of the ingredients, from farm to table. This practice not only brings them peace but also inspires new culinary ideas. Musashi's wisdom here is about turning ordinary moments into meaningful rituals. When you approach meals with care and mindfulness, you nourish both your body and soul. 12. Write down your thoughts. Musashi understood the power of writing to clarify thoughts and organize the mind. Imagine an entrepreneur with countless ideas for their business, new product launches, marketing strategies, client meetings, and long-term goals. These ideas swirl in their mind, creating chaos and leaving them feeling overwhelmed. One morning they decide to journal. They grab a notebook and list every idea, task, and worry that comes to mind. By writing everything down, they begin to see patterns. They realize some tasks are urgent, while others can wait. They identify their most important goals and create a to-do list that aligns with their priorities. As this habit grows, they use journaling not just for planning, but also for reflection. Each evening, they write what went well during the day and what could be improved. Over time, this practice helps them focus on their strengths, address weaknesses, and build a clear roadmap for their business. Musashi's advice is timeless. Writing externalizes the mind's clutter, making room for clarity and action. Whether solving a problem, brainstorming ideas, or planning for the future, journaling transforms confusion into progress. 13. Balance emotion and logic. Musashi believed emotions are natural, but should not control your decisions. Picture a stock trader facing a sudden market crash. Fear takes over, and they sell all their investments impulsively. Days later, the market rebounds, and they realize they've lost potential profits. Now imagine another trader inspired by Musashi's philosophy. When the market crashes, they feel the same fear, but choose to pause. They step back, take a deep breath, and review the data. Instead of making a rash decision, they consult their long-term strategy, check historical trends, and determine whether their investments align with their goals. This calm approach saves their portfolio and even positions them to buy undervalued stocks, leading to future gains. Musashi's lesson applies beyond finances. Whether it's a heated argument, a career decision, or a life challenge, emotions can cloud judgment. Pausing to analyze the situation with logic helps you act with clarity and avoid regrets. 14. Avoid unnecessary weapons. Musashi taught that carrying unnecessary burdens, whether physical or mental, can slow you down. Picture a traveler preparing for a long journey. At first, they pack everything they think they might need: extra clothes, gadgets, books, and souvenirs. Their suitcase is heavy, and navigating airports and buses becomes a struggle. On their next trip, they pack only the essentials: comfortable clothes, a lightweight laptop, and a reusable water bottle. Without the weight of excess luggage, they move freely, enjoy their journey more, and focus on the experiences rather than their possessions. This principle extends to life. We often carry unnecessary weapons like toxic relationships, outdated beliefs, or self-doubt. Letting go of these mental burdens creates space for clarity and growth. Musashi's wisdom reminds us to simplify, focusing only on what truly serves our purpose. 15. Treat every day as a battlefield. Musashi believed that every task, no matter how small, should be approached with intention and effort. Imagine a janitor who views their work as routine and unimportant. They rush through tasks, doing the bare minimum. But one day, inspired by Musashi, they decide to treat their work as an art. They begin cleaning with care, ensuring every room sparkles. They notice details others overlook, like straightening furniture or organizing clutter. Their pride in their work becomes apparent, and their efforts transform the environment. Colleagues and visitors praise their dedication, and their attitude inspires others to approach their own tasks with more care. Musashi's philosophy teaches us that purpose is not found only in grand achievements. When we bring intention to our daily actions, we elevate the mundane and find pride in the everyday. 16. Begin the day with sunlight. Musashi understood the importance of aligning with nature's rhythms. In today's world, many people start their mornings in dim rooms, scrolling through phones and feeling groggy. Now, imagine a teacher who decides to change their routine. Each morning they wake up and step outside for a 10-minute walk. They feel the warmth of the sunlight on their face, hear birds chirping, and notice the fresh morning air. This simple habit energizes them, lifts their mood, and sets a positive tone for the day. When they return, they feel ready to engage with their students and tackle their responsibilities. Musashi's lesson: sunlight is a natural reset for the mind and body. Starting your day with nature's light connects you to the world and fills you with energy to face the day ahead. 17. Spend time alone. Musashi believed that solitude was not a punishment but a gift, a chance to connect deeply with oneself, free from the distractions of the outside world. In a time when we're constantly bombarded by notifications, social interactions, and responsibilities, the value of being alone is often overlooked. Consider the life of a graphic designer who works in a bustling office. Each day is a whirlwind of client calls, team meetings, and tight deadlines. While they enjoy their work, they notice a creative block creeping in. Ideas that once flowed effortlessly now feel forced, and their passion begins to wane. One weekend, they decide to escape the chaos. They lace up their hiking boots and venture into a quiet forest, leaving their phone behind. As they walk among the trees, hearing only the rustle of leaves and the sound of their footsteps, their mind begins to wander. With no external pressure, they reflect on their career, their goals, and the projects that once excited them. Inspiration strikes as they sketch designs in a notebook, ideas that feel fresh and true to their vision. When they return to the office on Monday, they feel recharged and more focused than ever. Their newfound energy leads to a creative breakthrough, and their colleagues notice the difference. Musashi's practice of seeking solitude teaches us that time alone is not about escaping the world, but about reconnecting with ourselves. Whether it's through a solitary walk, quiet meditation, or simply sitting in silence, these moments of solitude allow us to access clarity, creativity, and purpose. 18. Contemplate death to fully live. Musashi often reflected on mortality, not out of fear, but as a reminder to live with urgency and intention. By understanding that life is finite, he believed we could focus on what truly matters and make the most of every moment. Imagine a man who survives a near-fatal car accident. Before the accident, he lived on autopilot, working a job he didn't love, postponing his dreams, and neglecting important relationships. He always told himself, "I'll do it later." But the experience of coming so close to death shakes him deeply. Suddenly, the things he once took for granted become urgent. He reconnects with friends and family, savoring every moment spent with them. He stops waiting for the right time and begins pursuing his lifelong dream of opening a cafe. The work is challenging, but it fills him with joy. Each day feels meaningful because he knows he's no longer wasting time. Musashi's wisdom reminds us that contemplating death isn't morbid, it's liberating. It strips away trivial concerns and helps us focus on the essential. When we embrace the impermanence of life, we can fully appreciate the beauty of each day. 19. Use your own standards. Musashi warned against letting others dictate your path. He believed that true success comes from following your own values and vision, not from seeking validation from others. Consider a fashion designer who dreams of creating unique, bold pieces. At first, they feel pressured to follow industry trends, producing clothes that fit popular styles but lack passion. Their work feels uninspired and sales are mediocre. They begin to doubt their abilities, wondering if they'll ever make a mark in the fashion world. One day, they decide to take a risk. Instead of chasing trends, they design pieces that reflect their personal style, clothes inspired by their cultural heritage and their love for storytelling. The response is slow at first, but over time, they attract a loyal customer base. People appreciate the authenticity and heart behind their creations. Critics may not always praise them, but their unique voice resonates with those who matter most, their customers. Musashi's lesson is clear. Don't let the expectations of others dilute your purpose. By staying true to yourself and using your own standards as a guide, you'll achieve success that feels genuine and fulfilling. 20. Accept the unknown. Life is full of uncertainty, and Musashi teaches us to approach it with curiosity rather than fear. The unknown is not something to be avoided, it's where growth and discovery happen. Picture a college student unsure of their future. They feel paralyzed by the pressure to choose the right career path, fearing they'll make a mistake. Inspired by Musashi's philosophy, they decide to explore instead of agonizing over the unknown. They take internships in various fields: marketing, journalism, and environmental science. Each experience teaches them something new. Marketing hones their communication skills, journalism sharpens their ability to analyze and write, and environmental science ignites a passion for sustainability. By the end of their journey, they realize their true calling lies in environmental advocacy, a field they hadn't considered before exploring. Musashi's wisdom shows us that uncertainty isn't a barrier, it's an opportunity. When we embrace the unknown, we open ourselves to experiences and paths that may lead to unexpected fulfillment. Growth often comes from stepping into uncharted territory with courage and an open mind. Miyamoto Musashi's lessons on solitude, mortality, authenticity, and uncertainty are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. By spending time alone, contemplating life's impermanence, staying true to our values, and embracing the unknown, we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and purpose. Which of these teachings speaks to you the most? Share your thoughts and take the first step toward living with the clarity and courage Musashi embodied.